What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Today we are joining you partway through a one-day international game against South Africa. We've brought ourselves in actually quite late in the piece, in the 26th over, which is a bit unusual for us, but South Africa have got off to a great start. 167 for 3. So the run rate is over 6, which we are going to go and hopefully try and peg down a little bit. JP Duminy and AB de Villiers in at the moment, so that's going to be no easy task. Just to, I guess, keep the runs down or even to dismiss one of them, because both very, very class batsmen. So JP actually scoring at over 100 strike rate at the moment, and de Villiers is not too far behind. We all know how dangerous he can be. He's one of those guys that you just don't want to give him a chance. You don't want to give him a chance to settle, to get sorted, because he will go and just take it away from you. He is probably most dangerous, I would say, probably in the last 10 overs, and we saw that last year in the World Cup, just that incredible 150 he hit against, get there, oh, the incredible 150 he hit against the West Indies, which I think was the fastest. I think he's got the fastest 50 and the fastest 100 and the fastest 150 now in one-day international cricket. So he's no slouch when it comes to those last 10 overs. And as I said, when he's set and settled, he can just explode and just be absolutely... I don't even know. There are just no words that you can really use to describe AB de Villiers. You know, he can just be absolutely explosive, incredible, and just take a game away from you. He's probably the best... I'd say limited overs batsman, if not maybe the best batsman overall going around at the moment. A lot of people would say, obviously, you'd throw someone like Virat Kohli in there, which would be, you know, I mean, Virat Kohli obviously had a very good World T20. Kane Williamson, Steve Smith, Joe Root, obviously all very good players. But I think, you know, AB de Villiers on his day just has that ability to absolutely change a game, and he can just smash 4s and 6s, you know, from the get-go. I mean, I can't even remember what he scored in that game. I know it was over 150, and I think it was off some very small amount of balls that he did face. He's just one of those guys. He probably wouldn't be, actually I do take that statement back, he probably wouldn't be the best batsman going around. I think, you know, at the moment you got to give that to Kohli. He's just an absolute freak, just scoring runs for fun. And I don't think the fielder would have caught it anyway, but I don't know what he was doing. I got all excited. I was like, yep, he's gone, and flicked that off the hip. The fielder's going to get there. The fielder ran in towards the ball instead of back towards the boundary. What was he thinking? I was going to say, I thought they were going to go and pick up 2. I must say, since the patch has come out, I know it has been a wee while now on both PS3 and PS4. It's been probably over 2 months. But since the patch has come out, it is a hell of a lot harder to take wickets now. It is so much harder. Saying that, we just go and pick up the guy who I did call the best limited overs, best batsman going around. We pick him up for 33, Rutherford getting him at cover, and we'll take that. We'll take the breakthrough. That is what the New Zealanders had needed. In comes Bradman, who actually has 100 in this game, so in this save. That's quite strange, because he's normally one of those guys who doesn't really have too much of an opportunity to come in and bat. He's more of one of those guys who comes in probably in the last 5 overs and is just there ready to go and try and pound some runs. And part-time bowler as well. I think he had a fairly good game. One of the last games South Africa played in the T20 World Cup. I think he took about 3 for 14 or something like that. He was just going and bowling his little off-cutters and leg cutters, which I think a little bit he is underused. I think if the pitch is right, given the pitch is right for Bradman, I think he can be a fairly... you know, a fairly challenging bowler to face, shall we say, if the pitches are right. You know, if there's a pitch that's spinning quite a lot, or turning sideways, shall we say, then he is going to be fairly, he's going to be one of those guys that is going to be fairly tricky to face. And Duminy just continuing to pick us up over the leg side and just pounding us, just absolutely pounding us for boundaries. He moves on to 76. We're 1 for 19. I think this is only our third over. Just do what de Villiers did, mate, and just spoon it straight to the guy at cover. That would be ideal. That would be what we would like to see. But we get a bit of relief now that Bradman is in, and well, in and facing, should I say, and hopefully we can go and pick him up cheaply, or just even tie him down. Because at this stage, I mean, 30 overs, there's no way a team really should be as far ahead as they are. 195 on the board coming up to the 30 over mark, and it is really going to take something special from us to really peg it back into the second half of the innings. I think that is my third over done and dusted, so we've been a little bit expensive today, but we have obviously gone and picked up that wicket of de Villiers, that key wicket of AB de Villiers, so hopefully we can go and carry on that there. But South Africa, if they can keep this going and JP Duminy can stay in, they are looking at a very big total that they are going to post here. I'm trying to think who comes in next. I think Dean Elgar, actually, for some reason, comes in. The test opener comes in at number 7. And JP Duminy, who comes in at 3. Normally he comes down the order, you know, at 5, 6, possibly sometimes even 7. Berhardine has played 7, I think, in the past as well. And he's going to whip that one away for his first boundary of the day. So even though we have picked up that wicket, we have been expensive. And that is... It's just the nature of the game now that the new patch has come out. I just haven't been able to figure out a way to easily take wickets or keep the runs down. A lot of people say variation is the way to go, and if you do that, then you will pick up those wickets. At the moment, I'm trying to build up my in-swing skill to get it up full. My out-swing skill is already full. So that is why a lot of our in-swingers are being bowled, and possibly why there isn't a lot of variation, because that is basically what I need to get up. I think the cutters as well, which do work very well, I must say. The Yorker cutters seem to work very well in T20 cricket. Old Man Vittori, going back probably 5 episodes now, was absolutely incredible in at silly mid-on or silly mid-off, one of the two. But he was just picking up catches left, right and centre. That's our 4th over done and dusted. As I said, we have been expensive today. We're going to over 6. So far, so we're looking to go and try and peg that back. Duminy's just gone and picked up 100. Brought ourselves off the bowling attack just for a little bit, but man, we need some wickets. Otherwise, this is going to be a very big chase that we are going to be looking at. We need Berhardine. Well, personally, we need Duminy. 113 off 85, and he's looking to go big here today. But I mean, if we could pick up Berhardine as well, it is going to go and look to try and expose that lower order. Obviously Dean Elgar to come next, but then after that, South African tail, South Africa seems to be one of those sides that, for me personally, doesn't seem to really have too much of a tail. Their tail doesn't offer too much. Obviously, when I think Chris Morris and David Visa are playing, I think they add a little bit, but, you know, those guys are more, I guess, bowling all-rounders, who are fairly handy with the bat. I mean, Morris has won, I think it was when India were playing, I think Chris Morris won 2 games with the bat for the South Africans. So, I mean, when it comes to T20, those guys are fairly decent and can go and obviously get you over the line or get you those extra 20 to 30 runs that you may need at the end. But put them in a situation where there's still, you know, like maybe 15, 20 overs left to go, I think they are going to struggle a little bit because they don't really have, you know, that technique or that temperament to go and look to try and survive. They're just those guys that get out there and try to hit. And then Imran Tahir, he's not the best bat going around. Dale Stein's not too bad, I guess. You know, I remember watching him, this is a few years back now, when South Africa toured Australia. He did score, I think, about 70-odd, possibly as a night watchman, I think, in one of the test matches. It's funny how you remember little stuff like that. Like, you know, going back, you just remember little things from games. And, yeah, I don't know. I was going to lead on from that with something, but I can't remember what it was now. There was probably another moment that I was just trying to think and trying to remember. You know, but you do have those moments that you do, I guess, cherish, shall we say, and that just stay in the back of your mind, in the back of your memory, and you can recall upon them more often than not. That's going to be another... Oh, no, it's not going to be 4. It's going to just be 2. Love it. We're starting to be a bit more economical now. With the boundaries are starting to dry up. Duminy, on the other hand, though, he's not starting to dry up. 121 now off 92 deliveries. So he is really going and starting to rush away. He's going to keep the strike here as well. I don't know what field we're rocking with here. Should be a guy down the ground. But that's alright. That's another one done and dusted. So we're just going and getting through these overs. I think someone may have picked up JP Duminy in that last over. All things going well. I think they have. So I think that's Duminy gone. We've got another left-hander in, which is going to be Dean Elgar. So Berhardine still down the other end. But that danger man, JP Duminy, he was the guy who was going to take the game away from New Zealand. And again, I don't know what field we're rolling with here. I'm pretty sure it's a pace defence 5, but there should be a guy down the ground, I think. No, it's Miller. David Miller. Oh, that's my bad. It might be the T20 side. There is a guy down the ground. What am I looking at? David Miller, he's another one. Killer Miller that you should watch out for, especially in these last 10 overs. This is like tailor-made for Berhardine and Miller, just to come out and just slaughter our bowling attack in these last 10 overs. So hopefully we have done enough with removing Duminy. That could have been a chance of a run out if I had actually got out of the way and allowed for the direct hit. But hopefully we've done enough. I mean, they were looking as though they were possibly going to get around probably 3... Stop that. Great fielding. Looking though they're going to get 330, 340. I think if we can somehow go and try and contain that back and maybe keep it to about 300, 310, we are going to be in hopefully good shape. I mean, it is still going to take a hell of a lot of work to go and chase down such a big total, but we just need to keep going and keep plugging away. I was going to say, we'll get out of the way of that one because the direct hit, again, may have him out. And if we can keep Behardine down on strike, because he is only 15 off 42, so he has really struggled with the pace of this pitch. And if we can do that, as I said, it is going to hopefully keep that run, well, those runs down. Oh, where's the... Why can't you hit it to a fielder, Killer Miller? I was going to say, they probably should have got 3 there. There was probably 3 on there, especially with the fielder down on the ground. But, again, another over done and dusted. In-swing skill going up. That's what we like to see. And we must be just about... We've bowled 7 overs, so I think we've just got a couple left. We may be bowling the last 2. And things aren't looking too good. All of a sudden, keeping it down to 300, 310 is done and dusted. There's still 3 overs left to go and 312 on the board already. So that's not it's not really what we wanted. Miller has stayed in. McLaren's another guy who's a little bit of a, you know, unforgotten, I guess, player. Well, not an unforgotten player, because he's a forgotten player, Cliffy. What am I saying? He's probably a forgotten player, who I actually rate Ryan McLaren quite highly when it comes to limited overs cricket. Obviously not an elite all-rounder, but I think he's one of those guys who gets in there and does a job. You know, he'll bat 7, 8, possibly 9. Decent bowler and decent bat. So, oh, this is a good over so far. Love it. Keeping Killer Miller down and out of it. But yeah, McLaren, he's a guy who's kind of, I guess, with the emergence of David Visa and Chris Morris, as, you know, I do call them bowling all-rounders, but they are starting to develop. I'd say probably David Visa is maybe more of a... I'd probably just call him an all-rounder, but he's probably a guy who is probably better with the ball, you know, like he's not going to win many games for you with the bat, but they take off there, just the single off the over, so we'll take that in the 48th over. We'll take a single off the last ball. It's going to keep Miller on strike, but we have gone and I guess helped out a little bit, just a little bit. I think we have possibly, no, we're not going to bowl the last one, so we are chasing 329 for victory. We're the best of the bowlers, 1 for 39. And basically, what we're going to do today, we are going to do some batting today as well. Just for a bit of fun. We're going to go out and pretty much just have a slog when it comes out, because that's what we're going to have to do. Because I'm guessing when I go out, the required run rate is going to be up above 8, possibly above 9. So it is going to be hard. That average of 10 doesn't really do us justice, I guess you would say. The required run rate is actually above 10. So that is me done and dusted. We're going to go and look to try and go over. That's a perfect ball. That is the exact ball that we wanted. I was going to say try and go over cover. And we start off with a 6 first ball, so that's what we like to see. Wickets have been tumbling around us, but Cliffy's going to come out. He's going to have some fun and hopefully score some quick runs. Oh, there's another one. That's beautiful. Not the timing, not the greatest of timing, but it should still hopefully run away here at the basin. No, it's not going to, and we are going to pick up 3. Going to pick up 3. Alright, we'll stick with 3. But a lot of people have said, you know, when I've done one-day internationals, I've done my bowling, and they said, Cliffy, what happened to the game? You didn't bat. So that's what I'm doing today. Hopefully we can go and pick up, as I said, some quick runs with the bat. Oh, that's going to be 6. Beautiful. We love it. We're 15 off 3 with a strike rate of 500. That is incredible. That is another big 6. And we are just going to Boomtown here today. That has actually put us up above our average already, which is quite sad, because when I first started off this game, I did really struggle when it came to batting. And that is why our average is so low. But the required run rate is still well above. And we're just going out for a slap, and it just seems to be coming off today. Batting practices work. That is 103 metre 6. I think that is the first one we have ever hit. First ever 100 plus metre 6 we have hit on recording. We're 21 off 4, would you believe? Oh my god, we are going for the fastest 50 record here, folks. We are just smashing it. The spinner is just getting nothing to work. Nothing to work. 27 off 5. Ooh. That one should have gone over cover. We're looking for the 6 sixes off the over. But not quite the case. Look at that. That run rate is still so high. That one's gone round. And, oh, it's missed the fielder. The fielder's missed it. It's going to be 4. we're carrying on. We are absolutely destroying the spinners at the moment, and that has prompted a change in the field. So those big hitting zones have now been covered. So instead we're going to just flick that one away to mid-wicket and possibly even run ourselves out, which we have almost done. But 32 off 8 so far, strike rate of 400. And we will just continue. Just continue and hopefully keep picking up these wickets. So we're going to go again just down the ground. Maybe a little bit different now that there is a bit of pace on the ball. And there we go. McLaren, I think it is, who is bowling. He's learnt that he doesn't want to go and pitch it up. Because if he pitches it up, it is going back over his head. It is Ryan McLaren. So he's put it in short. Again, the timing's not there as much with the paces, but it has done enough to go away for a boundary four. And just like this, Cliffy's moved on to 36. We must just about have the top scorer in the team. Oh, that may have picked out. Oh, I thought there was a man out there. No, there's no man out there, and it's going to be another four. Another boundary four, and Cliffy is just rolling in the runs at the moment. Oh, no, there's a deep. I didn't want to hit out there because there was the deep mid off. Oh, no timing on that one. That's just come right off the toe. 40 off 12. We still get a skill. Love it. Love this game. Love it when you're scoring runs. Oh, no, but that could be out. Oh, the fielder's missed it again. Beautiful. Cliffy, the rise of Cliffy, the all-rounder, is here. Step aside, Chris Morris and David Visa. Cliffy is here. Sign him up to your IPL teams. Oh, over the top. Is it going to be enough? Is it going to be 6? You betcha it is. 6 runs, boys. And that is the 50 coming off just 14 deliveries. Would you believe it? You wouldn't. You wouldn't believe it. We're going for it here. We're going. I'm going for it. I'm just going to keep going. Satsube in. They've got no man. Oh my god. This is a risky field placement. If you're not going to put a man there, that is where I'm going, Satsube. Time and time again, that is where I'm going to go. If you're not going to put a man there. Still no man there. That is weird. I love this. Absolutely love it. Ah, oh, dead straight this time. 1 bounce, 4. Man, where has this batting come from? We should just this should just be the batting career. There's no point doing the bowling. We only pick up 1 wicket. That's not an edge. No way. Don't review it. Don't waste your time, boys. Don't worry about it. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your review. Satsube is still steaming in. We've moved on to 58 off just 17 deliveries. And we're just trying to channel our inner Ross Taylor, who's down the other end, get down on that one knee and just slap it to cow corner, as he is, I guess, so famous for. Like, that is the one thing that a lot of players around the world and a lot of fans around the world know Ross Taylor for, I guess, is that shuffle to the offside. Yeah, shuffle to the offside, and then just the flick or the lap or the sweep or whatever you want to call it to mid-wicket, because that is what he does time and time again. We've run a bye. Take that. Keep the strike, and we've run a bye. Love it. I think that is the first time. I don't know how many episodes we've done on this, but that is the first time I believe we've ever run a bye. Not going to run that. You don't run byes to spinners. That's just stupid. Even I know that. You'd think a guy who's 62 off 21, you'd think you'd put some cover out, wouldn't you? But no, they just continue to bring the field in, bowl me some full tosses, and I'll take another 6, boys. Man, this is great. This is great for my batting skill. Don't tell me I've edged that one. I was trying to be cheeky. Yes, I haven't edged it. I was trying to be cheeky. Just run it up over the keeper. Whew. Dodged a bullet there. I've made this respectable, this total. Oh my god, why am I trying to be cheeky? But anyway, that brings to close a very good 68 off just 24 deliveries. A very action-packed innings right there. And I can't imagine that we are going to win from this position here. So I'm going to start on the outro now. I do hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. Make sure you check out my Facebook and Twitter links that can be found down below in the description. Hope you've had a good weekend. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We have got the first game of the foot draft. We did the draft last Tuesday. We've got the first cup game coming your guys' way tomorrow. So make sure you don't miss that, and we'll see you tomorrow.